Hi there, this is Faye from Feisworld Media. If you're new to this channel, welcome. My mission is to humanize technology to help content creators work smarter, earn more, and play the long game. And in this video, I want to talk to you about MightyNetworks. If you're searching for this, you've probably heard of it. But have you used it? Is it effective? Is it easy to use for you as an admin, content creator, and for your community? That's exactly what this video is for. Now, this is a first look video. I'm not going to go into the advanced features. In fact, myself, my team are also new to MightyNetworks. I want to give you a real example. So forget about all those demo stuff, just to kind of walk you through a very generic tutorial. Instead, I want to attach the walkthrough of MightyNetworks with a real world scenario. It's one of the projects I'm running and really proud of. It's called Enabled Disabled Podcast. Since we started the podcast a year ago, naturally, now we want to have a community for people with a disability and also those advocates, clinicians who may be able to benefit. In addition to that, most recently in July 2022, our creator and founder, Gustavo Serafini, hosted a 4-week-long webinar series as part of NYPL, New York Public Library. So as a result, we're reaching all of a sudden thousands of people, and we want to make sure we can park those people and help them connect within a feasible and user-friendly community. Please let me know in the comments below how you're using MightyNetworks. What are some of the questions you may be having? So this video is about to kind of trigger that curiosity, help you get started, help you quickly evaluate if MightyNetworks might be for you. One thing I want to highlight for MightyNetworks is that it was one of the major platforms I was evaluating for my extensive family of courses that I run at Feisworld Media. With full transparency, I have been using and will continue to use Podia as my course destination because I am very course centric. However, if your product and services is more community oriented or community first, I would recommend using MightyNetworks or at least give it a shot. If you really just can't decide between two options, well, that's where beta testing comes into play. So before you go all in, I do recommend that you look into, MightyNetworks and maybe one other option. And you can finalize between the two options based on beta. I will create a separate video about what beta means for different products, but in short, give yourself a very clear timeline, knowing when you start, but also when you stop. Get some friends and family, but even better, get advocates of your product. Get people who really understand who you are and what you're trying to do, and you can accomplish a lot, even with 5 to 10 committed people. So with that said, let's get started with today's video. You will know how to get started, but I want to give you this overall structure of how we use it for the enabled disabled community, specifically the topics, the basic features, how we set up events, how we're thinking about setting up events, logistics, and the agenda, how we're connecting events as a series to different topics on the platforms. Let me know if you like this type of content because I would love to create more for you. I'll see you at the end of the video. Didn't want to waste any time since we have 12 days left on the trial. I want to record a quick video and show you what I have done. So most importantly under topics, I followed basically these Google Docs. And what I like about that is not only that these are the 4 tracks or programs, I do think a lot of that actually applies to our future community. It's just that I might have to rename a few things, millions, laws, nuance. They sound great, but I think maybe a little confusing for the topics, or maybe they're not. Maybe for the conversation is great. So what I did was I repurposed and just made the topics come out in a more, plain English sort of way. So the 4 tracks for your events, as shown in topics inside, are as seen here. So universal design, diversity, nuance of disability, entrepreneurship and disability. Also, I added career advice, looking for work versus looking to hire. Maybe we can capitalize work versus hire if it's maybe a little easier. Maybe hashtags are not really all that helpful. We don't have to make them into hashtags. I was hoping to basically trying to differentiate the tracks between major topics versus more transactional topics. So look forward to your feedback. And as you can see, you can follow, unfollow different topics for yourself. And I also like the, basically a little brief descriptions here if needed. If you need to edit anything, all you have to do is click on edit and come in here, change the topic. You can also change the color, and you can change the default background as well, and obviously delete the topic. And also you can manage here and you can reorder them as needed, which is nice. And let's see, view and edit different topics as seen here. Quick update here. So we did end up creating events from within enabled chat, which is our community. So as you can see, I do like the layout. I also like the fact that you get notifications and follow-ups if you choose to sign up for events via MightyNetworks. So you can see that there are thumbnails that you can customize. If I want to take a look at a particular event, there's a tray that slides over as opposed to losing the position I was in previously. And the last event happened yesterday. I can add it to my calendar. By the way, our event was public and free. Therefore, I don't have to manage the RSVPs and restrictions as much. You can choose to post in activity feed when you create it. You can use or upload new thumbnails. And also people can visit the event and share their thoughts. The thoughts can be a text only or photos or GIFs. There are a couple of settings here. You can restrict event links or you can close RSVPs. Feel free to explore upper right hand corner here. This is how you invite other people. This is how, look, you can go live. You can do quick posts, write articles. I just think there's so much we can do. Like instead of posting everything exclusively inside our website, we can post articles here as well. So quick post, so quick thoughts. You can share photos, videos, create a poll as well, kind of like that. And longer form articles, you kind of have more variations here and WYSIWYG, and that's kind of nice. You can include links, embed, do all that kind of stuff. Pretty flexible, like almost like a LinkedIn article. And here you can start chat with different people, a member with another member, and notifications, anything that's who's messaged me, new content, conversations I'm following, topics I'm following. I haven't done much about the groups of the courses yet. I'm getting really excited thinking it through, really. The groups I have not enabled. We may or may not need to do that just yet because right now it's kind of open to everyone, same price. Once we start including guests, so for instance, or teachers, mentors, we might create something just uniquely for them to kind of protect their identity a bit. Courses, this is something I kind of really like about MightyNetworks because they don't make courses to be the be-all, end-all thing where you can set up courses very easily, create different categories, seminars, workshops, and classes. It's really flexible. I have some examples to show you if needed. And people can kind of progress, transition between chat versus topics, articles, courses, more kind of fluid, kind of in a more fluid manner. That's it. I don't think I've done much for the homepage just yet. We can have some get started videos here, like showing we should pin a post on guidelines and rules and when people are going to get kicked out if they don't follow such rules. And, personal feed versus everything, discovery. I like this. So we can actually pin, this is, guys, seriously, top posts. We can use this to feature our podcast, to feature brand new articles, to feature events. I think that's going to be super epic. I like that. So now that we have some content inside MightyNetworks, I'm getting excited looking at the discovery carousel. So as you can see, there is a whole tray of content being shared by community members, and they're all different. I like seeing the name. I like the ability to engage immediately, even a little preview, whether it's an image or some text here. You can also see the community is growing from, at the beginning, just a few of our admins, but there you go. We currently don't have a lot of upcoming events, but that's something we could feature. We just wrapped up a long webinar series, so I look forward to sharing events, including live streaming content. You can create events so quickly, registration, connect Zoom if needed, RSVP, members, all the details here. About, we can actively invite people, introduce yourself. Wow, this is really cool. I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed. It feels just, frankly, just a little more modern, young. So I think our community can really nurture this and who's online right now. That's it, guys. Hope you find this helpful, and I'll talk to you in a bit.